SMT Nation, we back. Nation, you ever think about what networks, in terms of like usage, what they're going to be like during the solar eclipse here? It's up and coming. I think at the time of this recording, it's about a day out. And actually, Cleveland, where I'm from, is one of the cities that will be in the path of the event and what you can view and see. So there's going to be a lot of people that are coming into town to see this phenomena occur and kind of witness it and observe it. So, people are going to be using the networks heavy. Let's talk about it here in today's video and see what the carriers are doing to prepare for it. We got disclosures from all three major carriers on how they're preparing for the event. All right, I'm going to go ahead and link the Time news article for you guys here. That'll be found in the description. Ways to support us can be found there as well. Please do like and share this video. Subscribe if you're new. Turn on the bell notifications icon to never miss an upload from the SMT. All right, so the carriers were asked, how are they going to prepare for, the solar eclipse, especially in cities where there's going to be a lot of viewing and people are going to be able to see it. You'll have watch parties, right? You'll have large groups of people, in the same vicinities, large venues trying to check it out. So what are the carriers doing? Basically, what this becomes is it kind of becomes like high usage within certain particular locations where there's, sectors and tower sites that are going to be overloaded. All right, so the carriers are going to have to be ready for that. And in some instances, they're not going to be able to do much in particular locations. Now, in places where the carriers have time to respond, they have time to prepare, where they already have all of their assets kind of deployed, they'll hold up pretty nicely. But there are going to be some locations where, just like major sporting events, just like concerts, they'll need cells on wheels. They'll need Colts, cells on light trucks, those types of supports. So AT&T, Verizon, T-Mobile, I'm sure might be doing some of that. I would say AT&T probably most likely to do that with the cows and the Colts. I think Verizon's probably going to just go with what they have, as well as T-Mobile. I don't think so. Like, it's going to be outside of that, just based on the disclosures. AT&T already got 75 requests from public safety agencies about high usage potential locations. So FirstNet assets are going to be supported. AT&T will be boosting the network in those locations in those ways. It looks like Verizon's kind of treating some cities and some locations kind of like they're getting the Super Bowl treatment, in which you have a lot of people coming into these towns. So they mentioned like Niagara, Erie counties in New York State, Northeast Ohio. That's kind of the Cleveland side of it, right? They've been building small cells for the better part of the last year, and they've all been kind of getting turned on and activated. Every single cell site here has C-band. There's tons of mmWave across many parts of town. I don't think Verizon's going to have any issues. I think they'll be good. They've got 10 gig fiber circuits across the county. So does AT&T. T-Mobile's got it in the urban core, but they don't really do 10 gig fiber too much to scale in the suburban parts. So there might be some parks and there might be some spots where T-Mobile gets a little iffy. I mean, all carriers can get a little iffy, right? Watch parties at stadiums and stuff like that. Local high schools, I think, could be an issue. But yeah, I think there might be some momentary issues from T-Mobile. But the disclosures from T-Mobile are pretty simple. They said, we're not doing anything out of the ordinary. We don't anticipate impacts to the network. So they feel good with what they have. They do have a lot of spectrum. In some places, they do a good job with their fiber capacity. So they might actually be okay. We'll see. AT&T, I think, should be good. And Verizon, for the most part, they should be good in the viewing areas. Verizon doesn't really have capacity issues, except for some of the more aged parts of the network, which would be kind of out and extended into rural America. Those areas might have some trouble. AT&T will probably hold up better there, and so should T-Mobile. We'll see how it all plays out. If you're watching this and you want to comment and tell me if you've been seeing carriers being a little active in your area for preparing for the event, or if you guys think it's worthy to do a follow-up video on this, at a later time after the eclipse, we could discuss it on a future video. Sound off in the comment section below. You'll have the voice of the people, the SMT Nation. Let your voice be heard.